Hello again, everyone. Deflect here for Hermit Fair Gaming, and it is finally coming to live servers. All those buff and nerf things you've been seeing for the past while hitting the live servers as of Tuesday. War Within launch patch will be hitting 11.0.2, and it is all the changes that we've gone over in the past. So I'm not going to go over them very very much here, but it is everything for the Death Knight. It's the all abilities increased by 10%. It's the armor, up from the strength, the bone shield increase, the parry from runic weapon decrease. Basically, it's got the tank nerfs, and then the buffs and nerfs that have been going on through the live servers. So I'll put the link in the description if you want to check it out. But there is a vast majority of this. Like Frost is going to be getting a damage nerf, 5% on all abilities. A bunch of other abilities reduced because they were just cranking. Unholy, all abilities reduced by 10%. Havoc Demon Hunter, all abilities increased by 13%. Vengeance, all damage abilities increased by 15%. Balance, all spell damage increased by 6%. And the list goes on. It's a ton of changes, but it's finally going to be live, and you'll finally be able to test where everything really is in the last week of dungeon stuff you can do. Now, this will change some of the classes a lot. This will change some of the classes very little, but it will be out then, and you will be able to test all the changes if you were not in the beta. Melee auto attacks. Guardian's got all bear damage abilities increased by 20%, which is pretty crazy because, you can take a look at, let's just go to archon.gg and see who the top tanks are currently. Mythic Plus, top tanks. S tier Vengeance Demon Hunter. Is it actually going to give me the damage of them? Of course not. Why would it do that? That would have made it too easy. Too easy. Yeah, let's say Mythic Plus. All right. Well, it won't give me the actual damage of them overall. At least I can't find it quickly. Max level key. Oh, there. DPS 291. Usually they give me a nice little list at the bottom so I make it easier. But if you go to Bear and Bear Guardian, max damage 234, so that's getting 20%. Demon Hunter's getting 15. And if you go to Monk, Brewmaster, which is the squishiest tank out there, but used to do the highest damage. Oh, that's a stellar build. 187. Woo! And it only got 15%. Seems well there. Wasn't a big fan when Blizzard ended up nerfing Brewmaster because Equinox Monk could do like 400k with all damage trinkets, but is what it is. Anyways, a bunch of increases for Resto Druid when they were absolutely crushing was weird to me too. Evoker, all the specs are doing very well right now. And this is going to include the nerfs to augment, so you'll be able to test the nerfs to augment. But all of them, like Devastation was doing great. It's got a bunch of increases coming through. Preservation is good, but it still lacks with that 30-yard range. Beastmaster Hunter getting some reduction. It was absolutely slaughtering. Survival getting some buffs and nerfs mixed in there. Mage is like it's up and down all over. Like Arcane Missile damage increased by 11%. Arcane Barrage damage reduced by 60%. Like it's just all over. Go up and down. Fire's getting some increases. Except to Living Bomb. They nerfed the shit out of Living Bomb. So, yeah, the rest is increased. Frost is getting pretty much increases around the board. Monk is kind of a mix. You're getting a decrease your healing elixir. Yulong's Grace now absorbs equal to 1% of your max health was 2. It might not even be worth taking now. You might actually just take diffuse magic because it's kind of dog shit now. 1% max health over 3 seconds, so it's not very good. Clash just got limited. A bunch of other things. Brawler's chance to dodge reduced by 12% was huge for Brewmaster. That was a pretty big one. And the all ability damage increased by 15. Kind of shit when Druid gets 20, but hey, you know. Yeah, the armor was nice. And then the rest was all the tank nerfs that were coming into effect on the beta. Vivify and all the healing increases, so they're trying to get some single target healing going up. Windwalker is getting nerfed, so this is going to go live. They're getting a lot of nerfs coming through here as well. They were doing pretty well on the beta, so that's going to take effect. But Windwalker always does really well at the beginning because Windwalker is a spec that runs on crit verse, which I know they're trying to change a little bit to mastery because, crit verse, yeah, you're great for season 1 and then you're dog shit for the rest of them because when you have to stack verse, you get such diminishing returns that every other spec just blows past you in season 2. Holy Paladins are getting a bunch of nerfs. Protection Paladin, that's the tank nerf. So they're buffing all the tank damage, but nerfing all their defensives. Where Prop Paladin got it hard. They got it about as hard as you can get it, I think. Ret is up and down all over. Priest is a bunch of increases. Disc is getting increased. Holy's getting increased. That's my favorite right there. Holy damage increased by 10% when Disc only got 5 and Holy was doing more. I kind of chuckle about that. The big mini rework coming to Shadow. That's going to go through on Tuesday, so they have a bunch of damage abilities going up. So Shadow's getting some buffs. Rogues are getting some buffs all over. Assassination's getting a 14 all ability. Outlaw's getting a 21 and a 20 to auto attacks. So they're going up. Sub is getting 10 to just a few abilities, but 6 decrease to secret technique, which downfall, but take the win. Take the win. They fixed a bunch of shaman stuff, so the healing surge is now increased by 20%, and then increases on elemental are coming through on a bunch of stuff, so minor decreases, but a bit of a rework going on there for elemental will be hitting the live server. A bunch of mediocre stuff too. Enhancements, restoration, all healing reduced by 5%. Yeah, it was just pumping on beta, especially when you get to those other levels and you get the hero talents. It cranks, but it's funny because they do the all healing reduced by 5%. And then Riptide, initial heal increased by 20. Unleash healing increased by 20. Healing wave by 20. Reactive ward healing by 75. Ascendance now duplicate. Oh, that was a small nerf. 70% was 80. But yeah, then they just crank up some of the other stuff. So it's kind of funny. The big thing for Affliction, it's getting big lumpy damage increases. So Affliction Lock, try it out on Tuesday, guys. You're getting 45, 50, 60, 40, and 20. Just some meaty increases there. The other one coming through is most of destruction on your abilities are going to increase, except Incinerate. It's going down, but everything else is pretty much going up. Warrior, the Shield Slam damage increased by 8. And Prot Warrior, all ability damage increased by 30. That's the biggest one for a tank. That is insane. Prot Warrior is going way up. And then they didn't just increase all abilities. Check out the rest that they're dumping up there. Some big chunky damage they should be doing. Fury's pretty much left alone. It's just nothing. And the rest is Arms Warriors getting a nerf there. So they had the initial buff of 30%. Now they're just getting nerfed. Anyways, like I said, links in the description. Check it out if you want to go more specific on the classes. I kind of gave a general overview on them, but there was I would be here for a couple hours going through all this, and I don't think anyone wants to sit through and listen to that. So definitely check it out. As always, Deflect, Firm but Fair Gaming. We'll see you in the next video.